What's going on, people, and welcome back to Totalozspurs. And all us Tottenham fans are happy today. I mean, this is a couple of days after, I should say, from the Arsenal, the NLD game. Um, but I'm still happy with the result. I'm still buzzing at the way the team performed. Obviously, we don't celebrate drawing at Arsenal, but considering that we get battered there most of the time, and the fact that they're 3-4 years into their project and we're only 6 games into Angers, I believe that we do have something to celebrate. So before we get into it, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 200. So I appreciate if you could do that for us, guys. And the more you do it, the more content we put out for you guys as well. But it was really a game of two halves for me. Yeah, well, not really. More about 30 minutes and then 70 minutes or 60 minutes. But for the first 5-10 minutes, I thought we went into the game, showed our intent. Big call by Ange to start Johnson. That was the only change that we had from the week before. And then after the first 5-10 minutes, we looked like we were struggling. I'll be honest, I was frustrated as hell. I felt like the players didn't know really what the occasion was. Didn't really. We started slow, really, and we have done that in a fair few games already this season. And then obviously, you know, Saka and Adogi, that was the battle that I wanted to see, and Saka was winning it in the first 30 minutes, and that's what led to their goal. Cut in, pretty sure it was across the box, and unfortunate for Romero, hits it in the back of his own net. Nothing Vicario could do. And big up Vicario, he made some crucial saves. I know he got 2 goals against him, but crucial saves, saved a few great shots. He's becoming the real deal for me, and I tweeted that out just after the game. But after the 30 minutes, I felt like we took control. We hit back straight away. Madison, showing Saka that just because you steal his celebration does not mean you steal the skill to turn him into a Beyblade. Sent him spinning, fed Sonny in, and what a placement by Sonny. That was in between three Arsenal players, and he hit the spot perfect. Great hit back, and I felt like we had the momentum to maybe go into halftime 2-1 up. It could have been a whole different game. Madison lost the ball on the edge of our box, and Jesus should have done better. Could have been 2-0. That could have been game, set, and match there. But luckily, he scuffed it, and we fought our way back into the game. And for me, that was, I didn't know it yet, but that was the start of the mentality change in this team. Coming out second half, it just looked like we grew into the game more and more. And then Arsenal get a penalty. It was a penalty, guys. The same. It should have been a penalty at Old Trafford when Romero again, hand was in the air. Should have been a penalty. As per the rules, don't agree with it. I think how can a guy move his arm out of the way when someone smashes a ball at close range? Sometimes the ball can go up to 100 k's an hour, or 60 miles an hour if you want to go that way. It's a stupid rule, but by letter of the law, it should have been a penalty. And Saka, cool, calm, collected, put it away. Vicario can't just stay in the middle there. If he does, and Saka sends it, then he looks like an idiot. So good penalty. But yet again, Madison and Sonny linking up. They're our new Harry Kane and Son. Linking up. It's a great pressure from Madison onto Jorginho, who fluffed it, and then great way to way to ball, and the timing to give it to Son, and Son, cool, calm, and collected, as Saka was, placing it nice in the bottom left hand corner. And I'll give big ups to Raya, because Raya kept them in there in that first half when Johnson had a shot. He had 2 shots actually. Johnson, he was getting in the box a bit, and as much as I don't think his performance was that great, he got in there and had some chances, and he had more chances than Richarlison did in previous games starting. So, if we're gonna compare, we have to be non-biased and compare across the board, not just for that game. And towards the end, I think both teams were kind of holding on for dear life for the draw, but I think we had more of the intent to try and finish the game off. But albeit it didn't happen. But First of all, I want to big up the fans. You could hear them; they were loud as, um, you know, supporting the team. Didn't quiet down. Being at Arsenal they should have been drowned out, but they weren't. So big up the fans, and I want to big up the players and Ange. They backed themselves mentally. They backed the system, and they got a result out of it. And we're not celebrating a draw here. We're not celebrating 6 games in. Arsenal didn't flog us, but like I said, in context with how we perform at the Emirates, it was a good performance and a good team collectiveness. And this was one of the first real tests. And this weekend will be another test against Liverpool. So I don't think that we're out of the woods yet. If we go well in that game, then we can probably say that we are actually a team that's ahead of the schedule. But we could go to Liverpool and get flogged at Anfield. Liverpool seem to be our bogey team at the moment. So starting with Vicario, like I said before, good performance. Couldn't do much for both goals, penalty and a deflection. Made some 2 or 3 great saves, controlled his box. I was a bit worried when we were playing out the back. It was quite frustrating at times. If you watch back on the live watch along, I was frustrated with a few players and the way we played at the back. I was super, super worried because, Maddison lost the ball and they nearly scored. Could have happened a combination of times. But got to give it to the boys. They stuck to the plan. And said we weren't going to deviate from the plan. And, sometimes it didn't. It looked like it was going to fail. But they went through the game really not making too many mistakes. So, Big Vic in goal. For me, Raya showed that he probably is the better goalkeeper overall. However, Vicario isn't as bad as what people think he is. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I think he will grow, and if he can keep progressing the way he is, then we might have a long-term goalkeeper there. Porro, I think this was Porro's best defensive game. I didn't see anything come out on the left. Jesus had to come centrally to do anything, and he had to all Jesus did was press, which he did really well. Him and Odegaard did really well in the first half. But Porro, I think, had a great game. Once again, got up and down the pitch a couple of times and put some balls in the box. And defensively, he was decent. Everyone that wants Royal to start in front of Porro, I'm sorry, I'm in the Porro category now, guys. Porro team. I think he needs to stay there as our right back, and he's really shown that he's starting to improve defensively. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but coming up against Jesus, who used to play on the left or on the right for City, it's no joke. So big up Porro. Romero, can't fault him for any of 2 mistakes. Hitting the hand. He had to balance himself, and a deflection. If he didn't go for it, everyone's yelling at him. Why didn't you go for the ball? So felt like he had a decent display. Shouldn't have got a yellow. Really, seems like he's really matured the last few months. Doesn't want to get involved. Ripped Basuma away to stop him, even though he got a yellow again. Basuma, he ripped him away to stop him from getting anything further. Decent performance, but the main guy for me is VDV. He was class. Handled everything that threw at him. Timed his tackles really, really well. Playing out from the back, just he looks so unorthodox and very clanky when he runs with the ball, but he had a class game. Once again, this guy is the real deal as well. Him and Vicario are proving that they're the real deal, and I'm really impressed by Van der Ven. And aerially, maybe I think he needs to improve. We haven't seen much of that though. But defensively, you can't fault the guy at the moment. He does take a bit of time, and is kind of slow to react, but he uses his pace to make up for that. And mate, we got a good defender there. And a doggy, everyone's ragging him out for the first half against Saka, but after he got the yellow card, he had a mature display for me. I was worried in the first half. Saka had him on toast. But like I said, once he got that yellow card, he kind of smartened up, was wiser, timed his tackles better. Probably could have got a second yellow. Probably should have got a second yellow, to be honest. I'm not going to be biased here. However, like professional performance, really mature performance for a 20-year-old going, in your first North London derby against, their star boy. Saka's, they're probably their best player, to be honest. And, got turned a few times, but there's other times where he absolutely dominated Saka and shut him down. And that's also Odegaard. I didn't see Odegaard make any plays, and that's because of Basuma. Basuma, yet again, A few times, I think he risked it a couple of times. That makes me worry. But I can't. I get upset in the moment, and when you're watching the game. But when you sit back and think, Basuma had a great performance once again. Really shut down Odegaard, running for days. The guy's class. Shouldn't have got a yellow card. He was frustrated because we should have got a free kick off White, practically taking out a doggy, standing on his foot and hands in the face. Nothing was done. Rest were poor again. Let's not get into them though. Sarr. Now, I had a lot of criticism for Sarr in the first half. Felt like he just wasn't on his game. But I got to give it to the guy. He played 100 minutes, ran for the team, ran his socks off, started to grow a lot more towards the back end of the first half and into the second half. And once again, a good performance. And then our main man, Mads, this guy is for me, he's the best centre attacking mid in the league at the moment. There's no De Bruyne, but he's got to be the boy of the season. I don't know why nobody picked him up. Like Liverpool got Slobbersly. I don't know how to say his name, but they should have got Maddison. I think if Arsenal, they had Odegaard, but if City didn't have De Bruyne, they could have got Maddison. Most teams would want him. 2 assists. Didn't let Saka using his own celebration to deter him. Even had a little banter at the end saying that Saka was still doing a celebration when he turned him. Professional performance. Once again, turned up when we needed him to. And it moves on to Johnson, and I felt like Johnson had a bit of a niggle the whole game. He wasn't running at full pace. There was a time when he had the ball, and someone was telling him to go, and he kind of just was jogging. I felt like maybe he felt his hamstring was tight, and then when he was chasing that ball back, did probably pull his hammy, or felt a light strain. Had a couple of shots, probably could have done better with these 2 shots on goal, but great saves from Raya. Raya was well positioned, but it was a decent debut. Hopefully he's not injured for too long. Kulusevski, for me, it's his best game of the season. Second half especially, was dominating, running at Zinchenko, running inside and out, feeding the ball out wide to Sonny when Sonny put it across the box. I think Kula's best game for us, and just hope he just keeps improving. And then the main man, Sonny, he turned around and said that Arsenal, should be afraid of what they're bringing. Arsenal aren't going to realise what Tottenham are bringing, and he brought it. He put in a captain's performance, scored the 2 goals, well placed, especially that first one, like I said. Got a big up to him for stepping up. These are the games that Harry Kane usually steps up, and I know we don't like bringing up Harry Kane anymore, but in terms of context, I think Sonny's now scored 9 goals in North London derbies. He's only 5 goals behind Kane, and I love this guy. He's starting to hit form again. He's starting to be the Sonny that we know he can be again. And if he keeps his form up, mate, he for me, he could go down as not one of the best captains, but one of the captains that, led by example. Just like Kane did and stuff, But going on to Ange, didn't change much, stuck to his word. Once again, went to Arsenal and said, you know what, we aren't going to change because it's you guys. We're going to play the way we play, whether it fails or not. I want to see how we play against the big boys, against the teams that are challenging for the title. And he went there and showed Arteta up. Arteta did have to make a couple of changes, but some of the changes he made were quite, he had Jesus on the left and Ketia in the middle. Should have had, Smith Rowe on the left at least with Jesus in the middle. But that's what I would have done if I was Arteta. Showed that he wasn't scared and showed that we are different mentally wise, in the mental capacity. We are a team that knows what we have to do, and we aren't going to let sometimes the occasion did get to a few players where we were playing to the occasion, not the system. But overall, I think everyone can see what Andrew's doing, and I'm going to say he's going to be the real deal as well. I think he's going to be a Prem-proven manager. I think he's going to, he's won everywhere he's gone. I think he will win a trophy for Tottenham, and it's not going to be this year, but I think in the next couple of years he will win something with Tottenham, and he's going to be the man to bring back that belief that the club needs. Onto the subs. Solomon came on, felt like he did well. Was quite strange to see Sonny and Maddison go off. I think if they stayed on, we could have scraped another goal. But I understand that we have Liverpool coming up, and Maddison did have that hyperextension, so I think he was just trying to protect. And also, he put trust in Richarlison. and Højbjerg to come on and try and dictate the game as well. There's not much, and there's not much you can really say about their subs. They did their job. 2-2 when most of them came on, kept the score, kept the score, didn't concede, and mentally stayed in the game. But yeah, guys, like one NLD down, and it's one of the most nerve-wracking ones because I felt like we could have won that, and it was any team could have won it on the day. I think Arsenal had their fair chances, but now they know next time they play us, especially at home, that they can't just come here and assume the 5-1s, 5-2s like all their fans were saying. Some people were arrogant. Understandably, though, they've smashed us in their backyard multiple times. But this team is just different mentally. And I said this on the stream, and it's going to be controversial, but I see glimpses of Alex Ferguson in Ange. His man management, the way he gets players to believe in his system and believe in themselves, and the way he builds players that may not be as highly rated. He gets them to play at a higher level than what they're actually they're at most of the time. And I'm not saying that he's anywhere near Fergie in terms of stature, in terms of the manager. But I'm saying he has little aspects of Ferguson that really have resonated with the team. And when they talk about him, high praises, and the mindset that he has. That he's come from the lowest, low down working class. He's come down from the lower leagues, knows what it takes to get to where he is now, and he's taking it with both hands and he's running with it. So. Well, guys, that's it from me. What a game. On to Liverpool this week. Big update for the EAFC. We're going to play clubs, but there's a lot of hiccups going on at the moment with matchmaking. And then if you're in Australia and you play in the team, we get massively high ping. If you don't know that, just pretty much means that the game lags. So putting that on the back burner for now. But we'll get some content for you guys soon. But make sure you are smashing the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Comment down below how you feel about the game. And yeah, stay safe. Take it easy, guys. And as always, stay Spursy.